Hello, hello, and welcome back to another car conversation. Today, I want to talk about give and take. Just simply give and take. I think this election boils down to give and take. One candidate has things to offer and wants to give you things and do things for you. The other candidate wants to take. The other candidate is not bringing anything to the table to offer you, but has a plethora of things that they would like to take away from you. I think if we just boil it down and keep it as simple as possible, and people can relate it to themselves in their day-to-day lives, then maybe that will offer some of you that are still on the fence. I don't know how or why, but some of you that are still on the fence, maybe it'll offer you some clarity. Okay. So number one, we've got a candidate who wants to give you, who is offering you $25,000 down for first-time homebuyers. Government subsidized help with a down payment for your first home, $25,000. The other candidate on the other side would like to take away your health care, would like to take away the Affordable Care Act. Kamala Harris, one candidate, wants to not only offer you the $25,000 to, just get your foot in the door, buy your first home. She's offering part of her plan to build 3 million additional homes. Now, if you're confused as to how you can take advantage of that, we will all be able to take advantage of that. Because if you have more of a supply, when the supply increases, what happens to the cost? The cost is going to go down. So even though you have these new properties that the new home buyers can take advantage of, the more supply you have, it's going to drive down the market. So if you're a second time, third time, fourth time home buyer, you still will be able to take advantage of this. You still will advantage or benefit from this part of her plan in regards to homes. On the flip side, the other candidate, 45, wants to implement tariffs. So you have one candidate who is also offering or trying to give you some relief from the price gouging that has been happening since COVID, promising to set and enforce some regulations on those corporations that are still engaging in price gouging. You have on the opposite side, you have 45 who wants to implement tariffs. And he keeps talking about tariffs like this is a great thing. It is not. Let me break down the tariffs for you. So when tariffs are imposed on another country, let's say the goods are coming from China, because we get a lot from China. You increase the tariffs on China, what is China going to do? Increase the price on their goods. So you have the buyers come in, they buy the goods to put in their stores, but they have to pay an increased price. So who do you think they're going to pass that off to? Yeah, you. So in the end, you're going to end up spending more money. Christmas, birthdays, whenever you buy gifts, whenever you buy stuff for your home, whenever you buy clothes, you're going to be end up spending more money with tariffs. Tariffs is not a great thing. Increasing tariffs is not a great thing. At the end of the day, the consumer is going to pay for the tariffs. Okay. Kamala Harris wants to provide or extend Medicare to where seniors can stay in their homes, offering seniors home health care through Medicare, which right now you're basically on your own. If you want to have somebody come in with your parents or your grandparents, 2 to 3 days a week, now it's an out-of-pocket thing. She wants to make that part of Medicare. What does 45 want to do? 45 wants to take Social Security away from your parents, away from your grandparents and away from you, Gen Z. I'm sorry, Gen X, who are looking forward to retiring sometime soon. 45 wants to take your Social Security away. A $6,000 tax break for first-time parents. So that first year of life, very expensive. For me, the most costly things were, after I stopped breastfeeding, were the formula and the diapers. Oh my God, crazy expensive. So $6,000 tax credit for new parents. On 45 side, all they want to do is force people to have more children with no answers as to how all these people are going to take care of all these children. They want to force babies to have babies. If they have been raped or it's due to they get pregnant due to incest, they want to force babies to have babies with no ideas, no plans as to how all these babies are going to be taken care of. But at least Kamala is saying, for the first year, I'm going to give you a $6,000 tax credit to help out with the expenses of that new baby. So there's still this motivation for people to have families, to grow their families, to have children. But there's a plan, there's something in place to help those people who actually begin their families. So pay attention to these things. And do I have to go into the national abortion ban? 45, Project 2025, Heritage Foundation, White Christian National, they want a national abortion ban. They want a national abortion ban. They want to get rid of contraceptives. They want to get rid of IVF. I don't care what he's saying now. They want to get rid of IVF. And I already talked about, they want to get rid of recreational sex. Anything connected to sex, they want to control. Anything connected to procreation, they want to control. And Kamala says, you know what? Here's $6,000 to help you out that first year when you do have that child. Not trying to control or tell you when. And she's actually trying to recover and re-implement women's freedoms, women's rights to bodily autonomy. She's said repeatedly, over and over, Congress passes that bill, I will sign it. So she's trying to restore reproductive rights. And 45 side is trying to control reproductive rights. $50,000 tax break for small businesses, Kamala Harris. $20,000 in grants for new startup businesses, Kamala Harris. Restore freedoms and rights to women and bodily autonomy, Kamala Harris. Sign the George Floyd Policing Act. Sign the George Floyd Policing Act. What does 45 want to do? He wants to give police officers complete immunity to do whatever they need to do. How many people do you think are going to die? How many more incidences of police brutality do you think we'll see if he's able to just give officers complete immunity to do whatever you need to do? Whereas Kamala Harris wants to sign into law the George Floyd Policing Act. Ban assault weapons. Banning assault weapons, making our schools safer, our churches safer, our movie theaters safer, our grocery store safer, our concerts safer. There's literally nowhere, classrooms safer. There's literally nowhere you can go in America that has not been touched in some sort of way in regards to gun violence. Kamala Harris wants to at least take weapons of war off the street. 45 is so deep in NRA money, there's no way he's going to touch any type of gun control legislation. Passing and signing into law the John Lewis Voting Rights Act. If you're paying attention to what is happening now, the voter suppression that is happening right now, dropping people from voter rolls, making people, forcing people to stand in long lines, saying, oh, we only have this amount of machines, or these machines are down, so you got to go find another location. And it's just making every and any little thing difficult for people to vote. We need the John Lewis Voting Rights Act passed and codified into law. 45 side, repeal DEI programs. What does that mean? What would that look like? Legalizing, that would legalize discrimination within the workplace. So they don't like your look, they don't like your skin color, they don't like your sexuality, they don't like your gender. Whatever it is the employer's discrimination whether to hire or fire you. And there's nothing you can do about it. There's no lawsuit you can bring, because discrimination in the workplace would then be legal. This also applies to universities and college campuses. This also would do away with the Pell Grant that so many students of all ethnicities benefit from when they go to further their education. National abortion ban, I just talked about that. Getting rid of federal departments. 45, literally. In one breath, he says he doesn't know what Project 2025 is. And in the next breath, he's sitting on the sofa at Fox News in the morning, literally quoting Project 2025. I'm going to get rid of the Department of Education, he said. All we need is one person and a secretary, is what he said. We don't need all these people in the Department of Education. But y'all want to believe that he doesn't know anything about Project 2025. Okay, Agenda 47 is taken directly from Project 2025, but he knows nothing about Project 2025. He also, in a town hall just this past week, I believe it was in Brooklyn, in talking to those Latino voters, he said the same thing. I'm going to get rid of the Department of Education because education out here sucks, is basically what he was saying. And he also said, I'm going to make sure that everyone is speaking English and all the children are just taught to speak English. And he's in a room full of Latino men. Read the room, dude. At least read the room. Oh my gosh. Getting rid of the FBI, getting rid of the FDA. So we won't know what foods are safe to eat. We won't know what medications are safe to ingest in our bodies. The weather, we won't know whether hurricanes are coming, tornadoes are coming. If there is going to be a snowstorm, we won't know. Because we're just gonna have to, I don't know, look at the birds, the bird patterns, go back to looking at the sun, reading what side of the tree is growing moss, or it's, all the old things that people used to do to tell what season it is and to tell what type of weather is coming. That's what they want us to revert back to. Any type of climate change progress that we have made, they want to roll back, take away all of that progress that we have made. All those regulations, they want to roll them back. And at the end of the day, one of these two candidates will potentially have 2, if not 3, Supreme Court picks. And I want you to look at what the current Supreme Court has done. And then just imagine the ultra-conservative court that we have right now, adding 3 more, potentially 3 more ultra-conservative, MAGA, and even younger justices on the Supreme Court. Meaning it would take us generations to recover from the changes that could potentially be made. So I just want you to look at Just keep it simple. Keep it simple. Which candidate is offering to give you things to make your life better, to make your life easier, so you can just enjoy life, so you can not only survive, you can actually thrive and enjoy life, versus the other candidate that every single day is trying to whittle away your rights and your freedoms and your ability to make decisions for your family, for yourself, for your body, for your own body. That's the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard. It just really is. Beyond, because I still don't understand slavery. I don't understand how any human thought to themselves, you know what? I should own another human. I should own another being that is just like me. I can't wrap my head around it. Just like I can't wrap my head around right now a bunch of white heterosexual, call themselves Christian, cisgender men trying to dictate what I can do to my body on a day-to-day basis. Like that makes no sense to me. I've done well all this time taking care of my body. I don't need you to tell me what to do with my body. I don't need you. Nor does millions of other women across this nation. We don't need you to tell us what to do with our bodies. We're doing quite fine. So at the end of the day, give and take. Which candidate is trying to give you things to make your life better? Offer you plans, offer you legislation, offer you change to make your life better. Which candidate is doing that? There's only one. There's only one. And the other one, every day, this individual and his running mate and his team, the backers, the machine behind MAGA, are trying to strip you of your rights, your freedom, your livelihood altogether. If this democracy goes, life as we know it will change drastically. Drastically. So we've got 10 days, folks. 10 days. 10 days. Make a decision. Who is here to offer me things to make my life better, and who is constantly trying to take things away from me? Make the decision, vote early, and vote Kamala Harris. Vote for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. It's that simple. It's that simple. If you're still confused, I'm gonna help you out. There's only one candidate trying to do all these things for you. The giving part. Talk to you all soon.